This is A Who All Gonna Be Their podcast, a place where you get to be an exclusive member of our very entertaining group chat.
Hey, what's
Hey,
up? What's
y'all.
up? We got a full house today. We're excited to see our Philly crew back. Eli and Josh is in the building.
I'm back, ladies and gentlemen.
Back like we never left.
Thought you could get rid of me. You thought I was gone. And even if y'all hated me, I'm back, baby.
Hey,
Welcome
Like
back.
Paul and BB25, I had the round trip ticket. We back.
oh my goodness. And for those who are new here, we call them our Philly crew, which is short for affiliate crew. So not that because they're from Philly, because neither of them are from Philly. They're actually on the east of the West Coast. Not
West Coast.
East.
Philly crew.
Philly crew. So when you start seeing that pop up in our new opening that we got, just know that's what that's for. How y'all doing?
Shoot,
Terrible.
doing well. I got me some sun. Came back from
Eli
Cali.
looking ethnic. Oh, come
I'm
on.
looking,
Hey,
I got a little
come on.
bit.
He's a little
Our
golden.
YouTube subscribers, he got a little golden tan.
Yeah.
Skin peeling and everything. But hey, my camera's not good enough for y'all to see that. Big shout out. Big shout out to y'all three for covering the Strat Chat pod for that episode. Love listening to y'all. And also the
Hear your shout out?
classic. I heard it. I heard that on the plane. I was like, oh, no way. So much love for the shout out. And shout out to the classic J-Rock episode.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. You know, we do what we do. Just a little something.
You be making it through.
Y'all, I'm mad because, look, so y'all know I quit my job, right?
Mhm.
And there was a lot of equipment that came with it, laptop, headphones. So I had to go back to these old regular ones because I had to
Oh,
see the other
no.
ones.
Oh, no.
I'm back to the wired headphones. I'm going to give me some new ones, though.
Not you back to the ghetto.
That's crazy. You should have just took it. There's no way they keep inventory.
They do.
They would have took it out
We
his
do,
chick.
we do keep inventory. Yes, we do keep inventory.
You
And I'm
should've
not a
let them take out
thief.
your chick.
Most
You gotta buy
importantly,
them
I'm not a
anyways.
thief.
You don't have to be
Nuh-uh.
evil. You just misplaced
Take it out my check. Reparations.
It depends on how much it costs. Because if it's going to be $100 some, I might as well go give me some beats.
That's true.
So that was the most exciting thing for me, though, this week. I quit my job.
Big congrats.
Okay.
Well, look, the exciting thing for me is your girl got COVID.
In the great year 2023.
Right.
Bro, it's so weird because I feel like COVID happened so long ago.
Mm.
Because I remember being pregnant and I had COVID, and that was 3 years ago. Because I know
Yeah.
it's COVID. Right then, we didn't know what it was, but the world had shut down like 2 months later. So I was like, that was definitely COVID.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy. Like my daughter was sick. Luckily, she's baby, and they bounced back really quick. So she was on sick for 2 days. But now, of course, me taking care of her, bam, your girl is COVID-licious. So
Because our girl is so
Yeah.
COVID-licious for you,
for
babe.
you, babe. Blow your nose all
I
up
don't think
and
you're ready for
down.
this COVID. I don't think you're
I
ready
don't think
for
you're
this
ready.
COVID.
Well, I'm up here talking about
But
my
yeah, I'm feeling a little bit better, but we gonna make it through. So if y'all see me, I got my little tissues. Mind your business, okay? Mind your business.
I'm going to get the spray.
Mind
I know
your business.
viewers 6 feet away because we don't want
Right.
y'all to catch it either.
Wear your mask. Wear
You know
your
what's
mask.
funny? Like, like the COVID protocol where it's like, oh, you gotta wait 2 weeks. Bro,
Oh,
it's
not
so
that-
lax now. I was like, now wait a minute. So they was like, okay, we only have to quarantine for 5 days. I said 5.
He really pull out his mask.
Look, I was like,
I'm
what
not
is
playing no
that?
games.
Come on now.
You see, I
I
was
was like-
spraying a.
You're right above me. This is not 6 feet. It's not 6 feet.
I'm safe as being diagonal, so I'm good over here.
He's right next to
Nasty.
every time you cough.
But yeah, apparently COVID is on its way back. So I don't know.
It actually never
where-
left.
No, on its way back stronger is what I meant to
Oh.
say. Not that it
Especially
left.
this winter, probably. But
Yeah, that it makes
Hopefully
sense
not.
because October is flu season, and that's around the corner. So
But it's
that
always-
about sounds right.
fascinating to me when we have these like huge like viruses or diseases and things going on, and like it's always hot for at least a year or a little bit more, and then it just kind of fades into non-existence. Although we know it's still there and lingering, we don't tend to think of it as much.
Right.
Josh, what about you? What's new with you? What's old with you, if nothing's new?
I don't even remember what I did this week. But
Sound like me.
Keep it PG.
Child. Anyway. I know that Eli came to California. He brought the rain with him. So I got my ark ready. I'm in California. We're supposed to be getting a hurricane. So
oh my God.
If you see me in a boat with 2 pigs and 2 goats, mind your business.
Why pigs and goats?
You eat goat?
Barbecue.
You eat goat?
Prairie goat, yeah.
I've never had goat. I ain't never had it.
You never been
pig. I would have me some pigs, some cows in there though. We'll be having that. Chicken.
Can't forget the chicken and fish.
And eggs. Yeah, and I'm gonna have some catfish and some vegetable oil to fry it in.
Look, and what did Felicia say?
My catfish fried.
I need some seasoning, pepper.
I need some
Lowry.
pepper. Man, I need to should have had that together.
Garlic powder.
You already know.
Garlic
powder. Not the salt because it's salty. Okay?
But they still gave her the garlic salt. They hard-headed disobedient.
Because I knew exactly what it was because I got it in my cabinet. I said, now that's the salt. Y'all need to listen.
They did
Mr.
pretty
B.
much give her everything else. Mr. B.
They did.
Not
they
Mr.
did.
B, girl. That's
That's what she called him. Mr. B.
She call him Mr. B.
And
She does Mr. B.
She call him Mr. B too?
Both. Yeah,
he
it's
got
big
2
brother.
names.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Like when she cool, it's Mr. B. But when she being a little test, she be like, "All right, Mr. B."
See, I've been missing that one.
Yeah. You know, it's like when I be like, "Hey, Steve," or I be like, "Okay, Steven."
Yeah.
So that's how that works.
I love this woman. I love her so much.
I do.
But we're not gonna get into her too much.
Yeah.
We'll talk about her in a couple days. But before we get into our big brother,
Not a couple days.
I was about to say, like, give us like 20, 30 minutes. Depending on how long we talk about this challenge.
Give us 8
she's
minutes.
not a huge focal point in what this episode is recapping, though. So,
she definitely gonna be a huge focal point. We ain't about to diminish her HOH.
We ain't talking about her HOH right now.
Well, yeah, after the challenge.
No,
Go ahead.
that's later. No, like 2 days. Never mind.
What?
We're
Go ahead.
catching
Go to
up.
challenge.
Y'all. No. Because Trees, y'all, she be forgetting what schedule we on.
She got COVID brain.
You got COVID brain. We're not talking about the
Why
HOH
do I have
yet.
COVID brain?
That's on Sunday, Trees.
Let's lay the ground rules.
No,
What are we doing?
Today.
No.
Yes.
We're not there yet, Tracy.
We're not there.
Viewers, with COVID and everything, we're recording on a Friday. So
Yes.
stuff has happened. Happened.
Yes. I'm go ahead. We're gonna do challenge. When we get to the feeds, I'm gonna talk
We'll
about
argue
what
it.
I
We'll
want
argue.
to talk about.
We'll argue with that. It's okay. So challenge.
Yes, because I don't know what the hell y'all talking about.
Lord, help her mind, Lord. Help her
Go
mind.
ahead.
So the challenge episode, y'all. So you know how I've talked about the challenge, and we're not too fond of the challenge, I should say, but they're kind of proving me wrong because Eli, Josh, I feel like they eating.
They're cooking. Hey, I don't know what it is. I think it has something to do with all these vets, the OGs, getting targeted. I don't know what it is, but it's just chaos. There's actual fighting, and I'm gonna give the editors props because CBS, in my mind, they be struggling with Big Brother. They be struggling with editing the episodes. The challenge, maybe it's because they got more time, but I feel like they're doing a good job just pacing it.
I will say the only thing about their editing, and Muhammad, our friend Muhammad, shout out to Muhammad at It's Only Right I Do. He mentioned that they suck with their editing in terms of giving away who may be going home.
Oh yeah, that's
out. And I figured out very quickly without the spoilers who was going home. But before we get into that, the episode starts off on a really sentimental, well, a really light note, and I really enjoyed it because it was Polly. And if you know Polly Calafiores, I don't even know if I'm saying it right.
Calafiore, put some respect on.
Hey,
Cody.
No.
Not him.
Polly will have my respect from here on out. I like Polly, And I appreciate Paulie, like his opening his story when he talked about how he had to do a lot of self-reflection and realizing he was so angry all the time, and how like the arguments that he got, like that wasn't who he was. But but he acknowledged that that was his past, and he talked about how he wanted to figure out the root of it, and that he didn't want to continue to hide behind, oh, this is just because I'm competitive. He wanted to get to the root of why he was so angry and why he was lashing out. And he said, if I'm going to be competitive, I want it to have meaning, pretty much. And he just opened up his story. You got to go back and watch. He said a lot, but I appreciated it, and it made me see him in a totally new light. I wasn't mad at Paulie coming into this, because the challenge on the MTV version redeemed him for me a little bit from his Big Brother stint, but this really cemented. I was like, you know what? I mess with Paulie the long way. But that other Califury brother, until he learned to do some self-growth and reflection, he's gonna always be Chuck E. Cheese on this.
We don't know you. We do not know who that man is.
That part. But Paulie, I appreciate you, Paulie. What were y'all thoughts on all of that?
No, it was definitely, I'd say it's one of the more unique. I don't feel like we get a lot of like sentimental things like that on the challenge. Either the MTV version or like we're seeing with like the CBS variant the first season. We don't see like that those kind of like introspective, and it kind of paints the picture of like Paulie's journey and his story from like 18 to how he was on his first seasons, his first stint on the challenge on MTV. Yeah. And now he's been taking a few breaks. He's been off for a few seasons of the MTV one, and now he's returned here to the Challenge USA season 2. Yeah. And the reflection, the introspection is like, it's nice to see, because we don't really get see that kind of growth.
We call that growth.
Exactly. Okay. We don't get to see them like kind of verbalize that. Sometimes people can maybe like pick up on they're kind of moving different just based on
what we saw it in action. He was hugging Josh at the beginning. He couldn't stand Josh. Him and Bananas had this thing, and obviously that'll come into play later on. But him and even Bananas even said on this episode, I never would have thought my closest allies would be Dusty and Paulie. Dusty. Dusty is Dusty, but anyway.
Dusty's funny.
Any thoughts, Eli?
Man, I mean, Paulie is someone who I agree. I feel like from the challenge, I started to root for him even more, and I'm like, hey, this is a pretty cool dude, and just it was nice for him to almost have his moment in the spotlight. We don't know if this will be his last reality show. Yeah. And not to spoil it, but if this season is his last reality spin, I feel like you can't go out better than that. Ending. Yeah, it gave him it almost ended the chapter, maybe the book, and I feel like it gave him a good chance to just speak what's been on his heart, on his mind, and I just really appreciated that just moment of calm.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's giving 100% agree. And so after that moment of calm, we get into the alliance that was formed, and it's called the Secret Garden Alliance. And it consists of the CBS ladies, headed by.
It's a terrible name for an alliance, bro. The Secret Garden. Oh my god!
Because they're secret. They're moving in secret.
See, better than the Phalanx 5.
Better than the Phalanx 5.
Infinitely better.
That's our bar.
But still in the terrible.
Why you don't like it? Why you hating on the alliance name?
Because it's terrible.
What's terrible about it?
Treat's anti-woman. That's what I'm hearing.
That's what I'm hearing too.
I'm anti-women sometimes.
And this happens to be one of those times.
It depends on what you're doing. Wait, who's in said alliance?
I'm getting ready to tell you. See, Treat don't watch. She missed it, y'all.
Alyssa Lopez.
I was sick, yo. Oh, that's all you had to tell me. Nah, that's trash.
Actually, not too much about girl Alyssa.
Because Alyssa, yeah.
I didn't like her first.
I forgot. Last episode, I gave her a pass. We talking about this is a new year, so
better this episode.
Oh yeah, she has some moments.
We gonna see.
So this alliance is headed by Desi from Survivor and Tiffany from Big Brother, and it also includes Chanel from Survivor and Michaela from Survivor, and by extension, Alyssa Lopez and Alyssa Snyder, and also Michelle. So
I like that. I just don't like the name. Name's so terrible.
they're running stuff. They, coordinated the attack on the vets last week to throw Tori and Joanna, Joan,
It's
whatever.
not that hard, Eric. Put some respect on Johnny's name. She won too.
I really don't know who that lady is. Couldn't tell you.
Repeat after me, Joanna.
She was on Real World.
I'm just kidding. Jonay or Janae?
Johnny. We moving on. You know what? She gone. We don't gotta worry.
You in your Tracy bag with these names today,
right? Tori slunk her out the game.
She whooped her ass. I'm even sorry. She like Tiffany said. She out there.
That's not your friend.
That's not your friend. She out there trying to kill her.
Oh my god! And so they successfully manipulated the votes and whatnot. So their plan is to do it again till they get these vets out, and then we move on. So I'm rooting for them, obviously. Then we get to the challenge. Is there anything else before we get to the challenge?
No, this kind of episode started with Polly, the little secret garden recap, and then went straight to the challenge. So
okay, that's what I thought. And so the way this challenge worked was they had to swim out to this boat, capsize the boat, remember the flag. So it's kind of like a little puzzle memory type comp. So there's different flags of different countries, and they had to memorize those and then swim somewhere else and put those flags in order the way they seen it. Correct? Is that
they had to swim out to buoys to grab the flags.
Right. Okay.
Then tip the boat back over then to put the flags up in the right order.
There we go. Gotcha. Red team goes first. They're working together. Polly's calling the shot. So he, again, foreshadowing here, because it's like, oh, Polly's such a great leader. He's he's showing what they're doing. Josh is laying flat on his stomach, not really doing much. Not you, Josh. Other Josh.
I know. I'm horizontal. I'm vertical.
But the team is doing really well, right? And they're moving pretty quickly, and they get all the flags, and then Michelle's like, oops, I think I messed up. So they had to flip the boat back over and figure out what they messed up on, and that cost them a lot of time. And so they were kind of upset. They were like, dang, we probably could have won because we haven't won yet. But they were a little down about it. Then the blue team goes, and Sebastian from Survivor, he's like, oh, I got an advantage because I own
a boat.
I own a boat, something. And then he shows off and does a backflip into the water. He's like,
that was Fessy.
Was that Fessy that did a backflip?
That was Fessy.
Of course. Yeah.
Classic Fessy activities. Not surprised. Not
surprised. And so they're swimming, and they're actually doing really well. They get to going, and then Alyssa Lopez is kind of slowing them down because she's like, I'm a good swimmer, but I'm tired. I'm exhausted. And so thank God for Fessy, because he, she called him, I don't know if she called him Hercules. She called him something. But he started basically dragging her through the water to catch them up, and they complete the challenge. Then green team goes, and green team was just struggling. Like, oh my God. Like, I don't know. What was wrong with them? Wait.
I don't know. It was just an amalgamation of things not going right.
Who did Wes have to pull? Wes immediately had to drag someone. They're out there capsizing on accident when it seemed like teams were having trouble just actually doing that for the challenge.
Right. They couldn't even get the challenge. And so just really skipping past them, TJ was like, the goal was to get the most amount of flags in the quickest time, right? So green team, they only got 18 or 19 out of the 20 flags. Yeah. Then blue team, they got 20. Red team got 20. So it came down to who did the fastest. So everybody's waiting. They're like, oh my God, who did it? Blue team wins. Not surprised.
About 5-6 minutes.
Yeah, about 5-6 minutes.
I was surprised how long the challenge took.
Yeah.
Because I was like, dang, 35, 40 minutes, those were the winning times. I'm like, dang, they were out there for a while.
Yeah.
The challenge took longer than I expected it to.
Because you remember, they got all that swimming, and people swim at different paces.
And plus they said everyone has to go out to the buoy at least once.
Right. They did say that. So yeah, red team, sorry, unfortunately they lost again. Blue team won. Right, come on, look, we're team red apparently, me and Josh, and y'all look like y'all team blue over there. But so they go.
Actually, I'm Team Green because I'm rooting for my girl Michaela.
Right. And so, that's one thing Michaela did. I forgot what was said, but Wes said something slick, and she said something slick back. I was like, I love that she is staying on his neck. Last week, she is not giving him a break, and I absolutely love it. Just have to interject that.
Absolutely.
And so we get obviously the challenge. When they get through with a challenge, it's kind of like people just laying around, and then they start throwing this game talk. It kind of get a little boring in this part for me, honestly, if I'm being for real. But you got Corey and Bananas and the vets, kind of mingling. They talk about, we got to protect each other because they coming for us. They will.
We all vets, and they going after us. What are we going to do? We can't work with them, but we have to stick together.
Right. And I'm not a fan of the other challenge. I don't even watch the MTV challenge, but I'm like, isn't that what y'all do to the rookies?
That is the superior challenge, though.
It might, but I hate watching.
Let me take that old school. New school.
I swear, new school. I mean, shoot, it got so repetitive for me that I dropped out of watching regular challenge
that's
for a little
literally
bit.
the only reason why it sucks, because it's just
because you go in and it's immediate.
How's Bananas go in?
First 5-6 episodes. First 5-6 episodes are, hey, what rookies are we throwing in?
Yeah.
Oh, look, we did it again.
The first episode of this season started out that way when they threw up Amira and Lou.
Yeah.
I'm not upset about Amira. Really I ain't mad about Amira, but yeah, but they're throwing up Lewis, but like, yeah, that's how they were doing it, and now they getting all upset because now the turntables.
Right. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Sure ain't.
And it's the rookies who got the or not even all of them aren't even rookies. So that's another thing. We've talked about this several times, but they need to definitely differentiate vets because some people are vets. Like,
I think they should just call them the OGs.
Yeah.
Challenge OGs.
Yeah, that's about it. Because I'm like, some of these people that did 6 challenges already.
Hey, put Eric on the marketing team. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just trying to cast
and Josh. Both, yeah.
Cast me. I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna win, but I'm gonna go out there and get my best. Shoot.
Eric gonna be pulled by Fessy in the water,
and I'm gonna be locked on, drag me through the water. Shoot, I ain't afraid to tell Fessy to drag me through the water, because that wouldn't.
As long as it's gonna be like Enzo and Quinn, you'll be fine.
Oh no, I can't quit. It's not in me. Quitting ain't in me. It may take me a while, but I'm gonna get it done.
Period.
So you got Bananas over here trying to rally up the vets and like, we gotta stick together. But you got Corey on the side. He like, I'm here for my family. So I'm talking to Alyssa. I gotta do what I gotta do. So what you need me to do? Because I'm not trying to go home. And so this is Josh. You want to talk about how Alyssa got in her little strategic bag? I said she went to the Tiffany Mitchell School of Strategy because she started.
Yeah, no, she was definitely working on Corey. She said we could work with us because Corey knew he at the bottom of the vets, and so he like, I'm willing to work with y'all because these vets don't really give a damn about me, and he's right. So he's like, what you want me to do? Alyssa said, look, we got to do a male elimination today. We definitely doing Bananas, and then whatever girl we could put up Amanda up.
Right.
But she was in her bag and saying, and she was calling the shots, and then in that deliberation. Ooh, she kind of tugged up Tori's wig a little bit.
Did
because they were in there, like Alyssa was on there kind of steamrolling the meeting, saying we want a male elimination. We putting up Bananas. But then Tori said, well, I just feel like there was a move last round to go and try to take me out, and then Alyssa snapped back and said, Tori, not everything's all about you. They could have been moved trying to take out Janae. Not everything's about you. And I said,
clocked her. Clocked
her good, and she was gagged. She was gagged.
What Kia, is it Kaya? I think that's her name. Gag order.
No, she got her good.
Yes.
I was like, dang, okay, Alyssa, she I might have to stay just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Because circumstances have allowed me to now root for her. I couldn't root for her last season or on her original Big Brother season, but circumstances this season, I might have to stand.
Alyssa said, last season I went against a cookout. People did not like me when I did that. Now I'm trying to go against MTV's most hated woman of recent reality shows.
Right. So she got herself back in the dough. Okay, she put a little foot in the dough, so she got a little grace. The funny thing that one of the funny things that happened for me was when everybody went around the table, because obviously they were pissed about having to vote vets and stuff. The vets were right, and so they're going around the table, everybody giving their vote, and they get to Corey. They're like, "So Corey, what's your vote?" He go, he started choking. It reminded me of the elbow meme, you know, when he coughed because he was eating a hot wing. Because he was like, "Oh dang, I gotta actually close my hand here because I gotta vote," you know. And he votes for.
He said it so fast too. He said, "Screw bananas, Amanda."
You sure did. Just blurted it out.
It don't matter.
Oh my god! And let me tell you, the fight that exploded when Bananas like, "You ain't got no backbone. How you gonna be supposed to? Why are you going up against us? You need to be doing better." You da-da-da-da-da. And for me, it reminded me of Candy versus Nene when he was like, when she was like, "If you don't like it, you don't like it." I sure don't like it. Well, I said what I said. What you said was some. Basically, that's how they were going, because he was like, "Well, that's what I voted because I'm trying to look out for myself." Why would you do that? Because how are you supposed to be a hilarious?
Yeah, the way that. I'm sorry. That's why I'm happy to see some of these challenge OGs get their comeuppance, because it was like, oh my god, how dare he play his own game and not just stick to OG strong? Mm-hmm. Because it's not his best interest. And first of all, he would have, even if Corey didn't vote for him, he still would have gone in.
Right.
I was like, so why are you tripping over him? He's just one extra vote. Even if he voted somewhere else, you still would have been going in.
That part.
So it's not like his vote was like the tie-breaking vote or nothing.
Yeah. And even if it was, so be it. Oh well. That's just how the cookie crumbled that way. My question, why they go for Bananas and not Wes?
I don't know, because Bananas has a better track record.
And I was gonna say, I feel like Bananas is also easier to get out. Where
he's the head of the challenge.
True.
But right. Wes is more strategic than him. So I would be.
Yes, he definitely is.
That's what I'd be going for. Get Wes out, Mr. Beard.
See, Wes be politicking though, so I know he be politicking in that house to just make it past Bananas.
Yeah.
And like I said, like we just said, Wes is gonna be harder to get out than the Bananas.
Yeah, and that's why they should have took the shot early while they could, and they could have voted him in. But it's neither here nor there. They didn't. They voted Bananas, and Amanda in, right? And obviously that Amanda don't really care. She's just all over the place. She over here sitting in team meetings that she ain't supposed to be in.
This chaos. It's just Amanda's just pure chaos.
She was over at the red team meeting. He was like, Amanda's like, "Why are you even here? You're not even on this team." Like she
well, she's doing her thing. She knows she needs to. She over here just making sure that she heard that there's a plan that they want to vote all the men. Everyone else that have a vote, they're gonna vote them in because they want a men's elimination.
Right.
So she over here just making sure that Bananas is digging his own grave to make sure that no one's gonna steal that plan. She just over here just eavesdropping him spiraling. Right. Like, oh, him running this mouth, pissing everybody else. Yep, definitely gonna be going into elimination.
There you go. And so I guess then, so they knew Bananas and Amanda was. I was getting ready to say Amanda. I want to put V's on these people.
I don't even know.
So they were trying to figure out like which male can we put in against him to take Bananas out. And so a lot of talk around Monty. That Monty name is high on the block for some reason. And Monty ain't really win a whole lot on Big Brother. He just big. So I don't really know why they was really trying to look at Tree's face.
I mean, that's just what I heard.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
co-signing.
And you was telling Josh to be PG-13.
That's PG-13.
Anyways,
now what I really could have just like,
I just think that on paper, Monty just looks like a more physically intimidating, probably the most among like at least top 3 intimidating, like just
stature wise.
Yeah.
And the challenge is a one show. Sorry to cut you off, but I just wanted to say the challenge is a one show where you could just be a big body and just win.
True.
Like, and I don't. Sorry to cut you off too.
Oh, I was done. No, son.
I just feel like I don't know what it is about this stigma. I don't know if other challenge viewers watch this. I don't know if it's just me, but I don't know why. Anytime there's a men's elimination, you always anticipated being physical, like in terms of like head-to-head combat.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. Whenever they think of like a men's elimination, like they think it's going to be like head-to-head combat. So that's why I don't know what that dynamic is.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably why they're thinking, oh, it's probably they know we're trying to go for a man. They might go do a physical limit. Let me not do hall brawl tonight.
Is it me? I would have rather that. I'll get to this later. Continue. Were you done?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, so yeah, Monty's name was hot on the block, and then they were like, "Well, no, Polly, we like Polly, da da da," but he stands a good chance of taking out Bananas. And then somebody was like, "Let's throw Josh in."
Baby, they just threw him.
Now,
Josh would have missed about 18 of the 25 throws, and it would have been over even faster.
I'm like, now y'all know
Block
Josh
really
can't
would've
be
been high.
Bananas. But my caveat, I honestly would have not minded losing Josh versus losing Polly. I know that's kind of spoilers, but it's okay. Just to beat it, because we talk about this show. I don't know why we spend so much time on the show. Moving forward, Byyyeee.
Hey, you know,
Eric, would you like to buy a vowel tonight? What's wrong with you?
I can't say nobody's name right. I said but Bananas. I almost said Bamanda, and now I'm saying Bali instead of Polly.
You just saying all types of stuff is what it sounds
all
like.
type of stuff. And so, unfortunately, Polly was the one voted in, and he was ready. I'm like, okay, Polly, that's a really head-to-head matchup. It's a really great matchup. They already have some rivalry going on. And so I'm like, I'm really interested to see how this play out, even though I already knew how it played out. But I was going to say earlier, I honestly wish they would have done Janae and Tori's elimination for them and did this one that they did for Janae and Tori. Because this would have been a good to see Bananas and Polly trying to get set them balls.
I think Polly would have won.
I think so too.
I think if it head-to-head combat like that, it would have been a steamroll like Tori and Janae. But I still think Polly would have won.
I think so too.
And
but
you know what? That gives me even more hope that they might not be rigging these. I hope not. But you know what? Because you're right. It would have worked better in the opposite order. But
yeah,
the ball's aside.
The ball's decided. The hopper decided.
The hopper,
right?
yeah.
Hopper decided.
And to my surprise, Monty didn't get it because he had 5 balls in there compared to Polly's 3?
Yeah,
3. Josh had 2.
Amanda was mad because somebody
Monty
did
had the
name.
balls. And Polly didn't. Okay.
Screaming.
He didn't have enough.
Amanda was mad because somebody did put one ball in. She's like, I could have been putting in, even though it was just one ball in there and the chances are low. Fate cannot be on your side. And
Look,
she almost
it takes one.
All it takes is one. But she was safe, so she was good. So obviously it was Polly. I just called this man Holly.
You want me to describe this challenge?
I got it. Go ahead, Eli. Go ahead.
All right. So we have Bananas versus Polly, and basically what this challenge is, it's the classic Big Brother endurance comp, where they just gotta keep their arm up in the air and just hold it up as long as they can. But the challenge, they love their own little twist.
I love simple comps.
It was
simple comps, but the challenge, as they do, they got to be extra and they got to make these challenges somewhat quicker.
Okay.
So basically, they're standing on a block of ice, and they have 25 beanbags each, and they have like a little target in front of them. They got to throw the beanbags. If it hits the target, you got fire that starts underneath the ice that melts it faster. And so as the ice melts, like you're gonna get further and further from the rope, and you might not be able to help just dropping it because the ice is gone.
Right. Be more stress on your arm.
So they just have to keep their arm held up because if their arm dropped, then the bucket of fish guts, is that what it was? Fish guts was gonna fall, and then you lose, right? Gross. And so Polly, they throwing. Polly ends up throwing too many. He runs out, right?
No, what it was is they were both hitting every single target. No one was missing.
The fire over here, fire over there, fire. They were going tit for tat. But Bananas ran out of beanbags first.
Oh, he ran out first. Okay.
Yeah, and then Paulie had one last beanbag. If he hit the target, the fire would have been completely shifted over to Bananas. But he missed it looked like maybe like this much.
Okay, that's what it was. Oh, he missed it.
He choked. I felt so bad, but he choked.
And it became a waiting game of who's on, if he could hold it, because the ice is melting, right? And it's
at a faster rate than bananas. He had a small fire under his too.
And so all he could do was hope for Bananas' arm to get tired. And unfortunately it did not. And Polly did lose. And Polly was eliminated in this elimination. And like Eli said, as you know, it was as great as it was to see them go head to head and sad to see Polly lose, his arc felt completed. And
they ain't never sad to see Polly lose, in my opinion.
Or maybe you gotta watch an episode to,
right.
Nah, I'm good.
Because it was just really
I hold a grudge, okay? I hold grudges.
She sure does.
She does.
I do.
And at the end, they embrace each other. And he was like, "You're a great challenger. Like, you're a great competitor, Polly." And for Polly, he was like, "This meant a whole lot to me." He said, because Bananas, knowing who Bananas is, he could have easily mocked me. He could have, been taunting me and saying all type of stuff. But it was a lot of mutual respect there. And to see that these bonds that were broken or rivalries that were started out of this hatred or anger or whatever it was is now true, genuine competitorship, if that's even a word. But they have a mutual respect for each other. And for him to go out like that was amazing. He was like, "I don't know if I'll be seen again." He was like, "But even if this is like my last time, that, I'm glad that this was it and that I was able to, showcase the new me and who I am." So job well done, Polly. Great episode. And obviously,
shoot, we spent 30 minutes on the challenge. Is that a record for us?
I was like, damn, this is long.
Shout out to Polly. Come on over here for an interview, Polly. We need to know some more details. I'm gonna email him. I'm messing.
I gotta watch the episode because he done flipped over a whole new leaf with y'all. I need to see what this is.
He about. Actually he's in a new tree. Actually, he's not even a part of the same leaf. Whole new tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I always embrace the newness.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always change, your outcome on how you carry yourself. So I applaud that if he's doing that for the better. So that's good.
So yeah. And then obviously they left us on another cliffhanger. I'll be so glad when these cliffhangers end. And the only cliffhanger was deciding on, Bananas if he's gonna switch teams or not. That's it. All right, Big Brother time.
He's not gonna switch teams.
Go, Trees. It's up to you. Sis.
All right, y'all.
Wait, hold on. Actually, hold on.
Is it argument time? Where are we
argument
going?
Time. Trees.
Yes.
Do you know what we're about to cover?
Big Brother.
I don't even.
Obviously.
Great answer.
But we are covering the veto episode and last week's eviction.
But people watching us, they already know.
Listen, I'm covering
Sunday to Thursday.
Where we last off to
Sunday to Thursday.
Till 9 p.m. today.
No.
Yes, we
everything.
talked about earlier.
I'm standing with my blue sister.
No. Everything that happened after the episode cut off will go.
Okay, me and Eli gonna talk about what happened all the way up till today.
Indeed.
And then
yes, you gotta save
there's
that.
no reason not to cover it.
There is, because it has to be saved for Sunday.
There's so much that's gonna happen.
Sunday about to be a 10. Will there? I'm not gonna lie. Will there this week?
Yeah, maybe. Especially as much stuff going back and forth. We got Heisem with the veto. There's gonna be possibly backdoor. Yeah,
I guess.
Well, you know what? I could do that separately if I have to. We'll talk about it all the way up until the eviction, and then I could do that separately if we don't want to talk about it tonight. Because I do want to talk about it tonight, but I could do that separately if I have to.
We'll let her talk about it. Go ahead, because you want to. It's on your spirit.
Yeah, I want to. Okay, we'll do a vote. We'll do a vote.
No, y'all, this is such a group chat. I know y'all probably like, why are y'all talking about what she gonna be talking about on the pod? Because that's what we do.
Y'all. Let me tell y'all. I literally talked to Eric like at 8:00, and I was talking about this conversation that happened in the house. I was like, oh yeah, let me rewatch this. So I got ready for a pod. He's like, all right, cool. And then we got a pod. He's like, no, we're not gonna talk about it. No, we're talking about it. You 100% said that. Didn't I tell you?
I thought we were on the same page about that,
and that shows y'all listeners that this is pretty much our group chat. Like, we just hopped on, we ain't discussed. All right, we doing this, and this. We just chat right now.
Okay, no. We come prepared because we know what we're talking about, right? But it's just miscommunication. Not even that.
So
It's just
okay. Look, so we're not gonna talk about who won HOH. Well, we gonna know who won HOH because
we're gonna just talk about it.
Anyway.
We're gonna talk about it. I have a feeling we're gonna talk about who won HOH.
But we have to go cover the veto, and we gotta get up to there.
We gonna talk about who won HOH, and then we're gonna stop just our praise, and then we'll stop there. Okay, because we don't know what the comp is, but we obviously gonna give out that tea.
Right.
Yeah, we be doing stuff.
Or you know what? We could all predict who we think will win HOH. I think that would be great. And then talk about potentially who they might nom and everything.
Lord Jesus, we're gonna have to cut like the last 15 minutes off of this.
There's no cutting this. There's no cutting this.
Not today. Not now.
Today.
This is what happened when people don't show up to work.
When people don't show up to work because people are sick, okay, we had somebody sick.
I'm definitely sick.
Vacation days.
Vacation days. I was at the hospital.
Josh been holding it down.
Yeah, I was the one over like ready to go.
Right.
The man was late.
We've been through some things, so don't
be pointing the fingers at me.
Don't be judging us. Okay. We've been through a lot. So go ahead, Tree. Start us off from
okay, hold on. Okay, well, anyways, let's just skip all that. We have to do a little house meeting, okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? With the fam. So we're just gonna get into Big Brother 25, okay? So we're not gonna keep y'all much longer. We're gonna get into it. In the veto episode, nothing really, crazy happened. There was a lot of talk and communication discussion going back and forth about the veto comp that Matt participated in. Everybody knows Matt is hard of hearing. He has his hearing aids in. He can hear, but not to the extent, that we can. Right. So, basically, why Big Brother? I don't know why. As much as Big Brother, now, Big Brother can say all they want to. Mr. Big, Mr. Big, you can say all you want to, okay? But one thing we know y'all do is y'all manipulate things in the game. Mm-hmm. Today would have been the day if y'all didn't want to do a different comp, y'all should have manipulated it and not put Matt's name in the bag. Because why do y'all have a comp specific? All the comps y'all had to do. Y'all did a comp where he got to put on headphones to listen to. And he's going backwards. And it's not even that he's listening to like a specific direction. It's a distorted.
Yep.
Like, this really?
Absolutely.
That's what
ridiculous.
Y'all doing? Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous. And you knew they had to try to get ahead of it because they knew how this looked. Because they released a PR statement about the comment. I ain't even read it because it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
They did that to get ahead of it, and it was very, very in bad / poor taste. Yeah. I didn't like it.
And you could tell that they was really feeling guilty because when they announced the veto results, why they only announced the top 3? That ain't never happened before.
And they talking about the Scrambleverse did it. Did they say that? They didn't say that.
I think that's just a Scrambleverse comp.
No, they just announced the top 3 scores.
So they probably trying to use that as an excuse, like since it was a Scrambleverse thing.
Yeah, please. It's so very obvious. Mr. Big,
I will say
do better.
I will say I am happy in terms of for the casual viewers and when they rewatch it, we don't have to see Matt struggling. Where I'm pissed about the comp, I'm somewhat okay with them acting like he did better than he did because from the feeds, it sounded like
it was
horrible. They cut the feeds for a whole day. Wait, was that when they did it for the whole day?
18 hours. And allegedly, go ahead.
Go.
Eli.
No, go.
I was saying allegedly our reasoning behind what we think the feeds were cut is now brought to be. We think it was because they kept talking about the comp. So they had to wait for it to get out of their system.
And so they even continued to cut like anytime something came up. We don't want to put up Matt because cut feeds. And so
and you know what?
But
go ahead, Eli.
I was just gonna say, going back to what I was saying, I'm happy that they didn't make Matt look almost stupid. Yeah, like they could have did that. They probably had the clips of him just spinning and spinning and spinning. but they actually made it look like he put up a fight and just made a small-ish mistake as to why he didn't win. And I'll take that in terms of just him having his like somewhat respect for the casual
humility
perspective.
They would have had me out there looking crazy because I would have been spinning.
Probably. Like, what the hell is this?
And it's just like, it's wild that they, first off, they know they have a harder chance of death. Why have this competition in the first place? Period. Yeah. And then two, it's not like they don't already have a lot of these props built. Why don't y'all go, if y'all know also he got picked, why can't y'all do the veto competition for next week? Just switch it up. We don't know what the competition is going to be.
Exactly.
Y'all could have had that later on in the season after Matt get evicted. So like that was
not you speaking into existence his eviction.
Well, I'm
how you not going to the
hypothetically end? Because like sometimes you got to go and switch things around. As I've done that as an org host when things don't work out. Like it's common sense.
And let's be real, the Big Brother they do not know how to think at the drop of a hat. Y'all know this kind of like, dang, Matt got picked. What we gonna do with this comp? Do you know how easy it would have been if they took Byyyeee to the Nether region? They literally should have said, "Hey, you got a power. You can remove somebody from the veto." Now there is a 99% chance out of all those players that she would have took Matt out.
Yes,
because the goal was to get Riley out. 10 times out of 10, Matt would have used the veto on Riley. Right. Duh, let's take Matt out. Come on, y'all got to kind of like think a little bit faster. And I'm trying to give them a little bit of grace because this is the first time. I'm glad that they're finally moving to put more diverse people on the show. So we trying to give y'all a little leeway, but I need y'all to do better. Y'all really need to do better. And the fact that y'all covering up makes it worse. It's one thing if y'all see it and it's like, oh, we know, whatever. We're going to try to do better. This is our first time doing it. We're going to try to do as much as we can to accommodate him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying to get to the point where you have to baby Matt, which a lot of people are kind of leaning toward that direction. You just need to make things accessible to him, to his,
needs, what he needs.
Exactly.
Or his disability. Exactly.
Yes.
And if we want to talk about misinformation, this is what people need to be fired up about, not silly clips, Q-tips. And
y'all, hey.
We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that little raggedy mess.
Misinformation is a dangerous thing, y'all. Wouldn't catch me doing it.
We gonna get to that. So, anyways, going on through this episode, of course, the veto winner is Hassan, of course. Mm-hmm. He won yet again. Congratulations. So he gets to keep his noms the same. Now this leads us into the end of the episode. Okay. When we got back from fees after the veto ceremony, these house guests made it sound like Hassan just created World War 47 or something. They was like, I can't believe he did this to Riley. Oh my God. I thought I thought this was going to be like an epic POV ceremony.
Cussed her down.
I was like, this, I thought he like talked to her bad. I was like, oh, this is about to be in the like ranking POV ceremonies. Mm-hmm. Child. Unless they edit. Now, Big Brother is known to edit, okay? Now, I do believe they edited down, but when I tell you they have to edit it down a lot.
Because apparently it was 5 minutes long.
5 minutes? Oh, they edited a whole bunch.
Why would they not want to keep the harshness of it? Yeah. Because if it was that harsh, and they could have had their like little clips of like, you know how Big Brother does when someone's rambling on and on, they'll like do different flashes and they're still going. Yeah. And they could have just did that with him just talking smack about Riley, if that's what he was doing. But from what we saw, he was just like, hey, you're the sole reason why we have a split house. And so I want you out. Is that correct? Entirely? No. I mean, I don't think it's 100%. There is truth to it. Exactly. Mm-hmm. But
not the sole reason, but is there some truth to it?
Also, how about the fact that they could have capitalized on the fact that people were tuning in to hear what was being said at the veto competition.
Yep. Y'all really got a lot of views because that's the other reason why I was like, let me see what this. That's the thing I was most excited for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you didn't miss nothing. That was the thing I was most excited to see. But apparently, he went into Riley, and the house guests were upset because after this is literally the catalyst that started. One of the games, yes, the catalyst that started what we about to go into. It was It was so dramatic. Then we go into the week, and because of what happened in this POV ceremony, everybody's tied and the house turned. Okay, everybody is against the
Izzy's riled up.
Izzy's riled up. Sari is riled up. Jared, everybody is upset with Hassan. He even has the professor meeting.
Haitham. I'm sorry, we keep calling him Hassan.
I am saying Hassan, huh? Haitham. My bad. Everybody's upset with him. And I say they're like 30 times wrong. Haitham. Excuse me. I lost my train of thought.
Everybody's riled up.
Meeting.
Oh, everybody's riled up about whatever happened in this POV ceremony. So then that goes into the week where we're literally flipping and flopping. Sari gets some fire. Sari gets some fire up under her. Ashley, Eric, you finished taking that over.
I got you.
Hold on, y'all. The COVID caught me.
Bless her heart. So at this point, Sari gets the idea that, you know what, we don't have to put up with Haitham's foolishness. He's running his house like the mafia king. He's a tyrannical ruler. Like he just deserves and should be able to control any and everything, right? And they fed up with it. The professor specifically, his alliance members, they're like, who does he think he is? He don't run us. So what we gonna do is we gonna flip the vote. He want Riley gone. We gonna keep her.
Where he specifically got caught up is apparently they showed this on the Thursday episode. I don't know if this was in feeds, but their little professors meeting, they had one, and they were basically like, yeah, let's just keep it somewhat strong. Y'all can find a buddy or whatever. But then the rest of the professors found out that basically he's trying to do side deals with Jag and Blue and make another alliance.
And not just that, it's also the fact that like he's over here like not letting anyone speak. He's like, so what should we do?
Talking over everybody.
And then like Mimi started talking, then he cut her off. I think Bowie started talking, he cut her off.
Yeah,
he cut everybody off.
Yes.
So the big notion besides the POV. So America is out of her couch era this week, okay? Because America is playing Big Brother, okay? She was a nice little futon for a minute, okay? But now she's back. She's not back. She's starting to play the game.
Right.
So Hassan has a conversation with America and basically says, hey, Riley split this house to two different sides. And we were forced to work with certain sides of the house. Huh? Forced? Shouldn't have said that. And so he basically went and told America, basically saying, like, the people I'm working with, I don't want to work with them. That's not what I chose, who I picked to want to work with. I want to work with you because I feel like you're better at, endurance comps. I feel like so-and-so is better at this. Hopefully with her leaving, we can kind of reshuffle the house around and work with who we want to work with. Then that leaves into, of course, she runs and she tells Corey. Yep. Corey then reiterates to Sari and Izzy, which, that really started the flip-flop game. Goes back and forth and back. They go back and forth. They mad. They're upset now. And then that leads us into, like, who is correct? Okay? The thing on the block right now is, should we keep Riley in the house or should we get rid of Cam? Child. Which is better? At the end of the day, the main goal of this spy is like, what's best for Sari? Okay? This is Sari's house. So let me, before we get into who got evicted, who do you think is best for Sari's game to stay and or go?
Go ahead, Josh.
I was gonna say it definitely seemed like Riley would be the best person for Sari to keep, because like she already made her a deal week one, promising her and Miss Felicia safety, and then came to her begging. It's like, oh my God, if you keep me, I will owe you so big. I already had your back before. I'll have your back even more now.
Right.
And Riley showed that she's competent in competitions.
Yeah.
So that's someone who could actually have the ability to go and return the favor again. And that would go, she would have a target set on Hisam.
Yeah.
Tristan affected the whole group chat.
Hey, COVID is
Let
contagious.
Me spray.
Listen, it's contagious. Spray us down, Eric, Lord. Spray us down.
Oh goodness. Go ahead, Eli. I think.
I truly think that if there wasn't house dynamics, I think individually Riley is better. But I think Cirie was in such a good spot before rocking the boat where she had almost 5 different cores where it's like she felt like she was in the center. And I don't want to say it was a mistake because I think she bounced back. She can navigate, and I think you can she can have agency because she's that good.
Yeah.
But I think if she almost just stayed steady and was just like, hey, I'm just gonna vote out Riley because Hisam wants to, then I think that would have worked out good for her just because she had, I feel like there were no eyes on her at all. And shoot, there still aren't. What am I talking about?
I was gonna say,
yeah.
No, I agree in the sense because I was looking at it both angles, and my initial thought was for Cirie's personal game, Cameron does need to go because they have no relationship. And so Riley is the one who needs to go. And then I was like, well, maybe she does need to stay because it will be more interesting because obviously it'll give them a buffer space because we know if Riley's side wins, they'll be going after Hisam and she can still maintain that she was, whatever. But I was like, no, because then it'll expose her. So I was kind of flip-flopping back and forth. Just but Cirie does what Cirie does best, and that's work her magic, that's pull her strings, that's spray her mist, because she flipped this entire house secretly. By the way, Hisam is still unaware that the house was completely pretty much flipped. But one thing that stopped the flipping was freaking the person that was the flip started to say, Riley. She started telling people, I have Cirie's vote. I have Cirie's vote. And she's like, why is she going over here telling me people that I can't do it no more? That was an easy way out. She used that as an easy way to back out of the flip, even though it was pretty much started. And so she pretty much got their side, Riley's side, to blame themselves because she was like, Jack, you talking to me too much. You follow me around. You ain't never talked to me. Why are you following me? You need to get away from me. So she pretty much put the blame and the onus on their side for the why the vote flipped.
I want to put a pin in that comment right there.
Go ahead.
But go ahead and finish your statement.
Oh, I'm done.
Yeah, so right there where Eric just mentioned where Cirie was talking to Jag. We had talked about this actually last pod, I think. Was talking to Jag and saying like, we can't be seen talking. I'm tired of talking to you. We don't need to do this. We don't need to keep going back and forth. After this was like maybe I think 2 nights before the vote. Is it 1 or 2 nights?
Yeah.
Is a really, honestly, I think it was a really good thing that happened in the house. Okay. Jared and Izzy had such a bonding moment. And when I tell you these people are like brothers and sisters, they were going back. Izzy is a feels. Okay. Izzy feels and Jared feels was literally having this conversation, and they were upset because, and I do agree, Cirie is definitely the one that was flipping and flopping and flopping and flipping, and because Izzy looks up to Cirie, she gonna flip and flop right along with him. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? If my mama flip, I'm flopping too. You know what I'm saying?
If she flip, I flop.
Twice. So it really makes sense. Jared was getting frustrated. He's like, this is not Survivor, Survivor's like quick.
To that point, yeah. Oh,
ahead,
like when you brought that up.
Go into your point.
Yeah, exactly. Because that was the...
Come on, segue.
Hey, listen. One band. Look,
one band. I was gonna say it for y'all. One band.
Hold on. These SAT words is rubbing off. Okay, come on, segue.
Because that was my thought. Because I was going through all this thing. I was like, why would Cirie do this? It's week 2. We're 14 days into a 100-day game. I said, but Cirie is used to playing Survivor, which is much shorter, 39 days. Is what she's accustomed to. So these quick, fast, fluid moves to flip votes and do these voting blocks, that's what Survivor is meant for. Like that's what you do on Survivor.
Yeah.
And she's bringing that gameplay here, which for us it becomes messy and chaotic when you got people living together. Word travels faster to everybody, and it's the game. You got to play the long game, brother. You can't make these vast moves like this so early in the game because it comes back to bite you, right?
And look, it makes sense because she talks about on Survivor. She said we have like 6 hours to like do this, and you can tell Sari was working like, all right, we got 2 hours 36 minutes left. We're like, Sari,
girl, we got 4 days to vote.
Ma'am, sit down. It's Tuesday. Sit down.
It got to a point. I was like, when they go to sleep, they were like, we need to keep, and they
very entertaining though.
Bless Mimi's
very
heart.
Oh my gosh.
Bless Mimi's heart.
Mimi fed up.
She was not having it. She's trying to talk some sense into him. She's like, why are we taking out
Mimi fed up.
Because on top of flipping the vote, they were like, we got a backdoor Heisem next week. They already thinking ahead. Y'all ain't nobody want no HOH. Whew. They're like, we got to take out Heisem. We got to get him back. We got to stop this. We got to do this right now. And she's just like, the math is not mathing. Why are we keeping the biggest threat on the other side and then turning on the person who's won the most for our side? And so there was a lot of contention with that, and that's kind of alienating her from her side, right? On top of this. But then in the midst of this chaos and this flipping, they start to come together. They calm down a little bit, right? So I guess, you know, the fever of it all has worn off. And they're like, are we making the right move? This is Izzy and Sari pretty much because they the ones running this stuff, right? Yeah. Are we doing the right thing? Maybe we shouldn't do this. So let's sleep on it. And I was like, okay, I pray that they go to sleep. They wake up, they have new minds, they wake back up. Nah, it still keep Riley, and we're gonna get our Heisem next week. But then time goes on.
They flip it again.
And this was Wednesday, right?
Child, yes, I think it was
Wednesday. About 5 more times.
Yeah, it like solid flips. It had to flip. I want to say a total of 4 times.
Yes.
If it's not 3, it was definitely 4. Like solid. Like, nah, y'all, this is it. Nah, y'all, this is it. Nah, y'all, this is it.
And
like,
when Sari officially, they had a meeting, her, Jared, and Izzy, they was like, well, that's it. Riley's gone. We're just going to keep it the same. She immediately, everybody's like, oh, so what kind of mastermind she is? I don't know who y'all think she is. She did all this. She didn't stop the flip halfway through. This is going to come back to bite her.
Do you see how much she controlled the house?
Oh, I'm about to get to this next point.
The control.
Yes,
Sari don't know what she's doing. She don't know what she's doing. She might not, but she's happy following behind her.
Besides her making them believe that it was their fault why it wasn't happening, she then goes preemptively to Heisem. It was like, how they was over here trying to flip the vote. They thought they could get us to flip the vote, and I just thought that y'all doing too much. The vote is not flipping. Go ahead, Josh. Josh, you want to say something?
Nah, child, the communication major in me is kicking in because that's inoculation theory right there, and that's inoculation.
That's
theory.
A big word.
It is.
I love it.
It's pretty much think about it, it's kind of like a vaccine. You know, when you get a vaccine, you get a weakened strain of it. So that way, when you really get it, it can fight it off.
Yes. Just
like in what Serena's doing, when she got here to get to the information first, telling Heisem there was a plan to flip the vote. So if anybody else come and try to blame Serena, he gonna believe what he heard first. Right. So all the other defenses and arguments is gonna become weakened and not be as strong. So I was like, yes, the communication major in me was like, yes, Serena, yes.
She ate it.
Maybe she was doing it
and did it well.
I mean, and then it's like, how do you argue? Like, this woman, she's a legend for a reason. And she may not know Big Brother, but she's proven time and time again why she's the queen of the social game.
And look, I got to look at it like this. Everybody, let's be real. Jared is everybody throwing so many jabs at Jared, okay? Jared is not the best Big Brother player. Jared does not say the best things socially, okay?
No. Nope.
A lot of people were very upset that Jared and Corey were having this conversation. He was saying how emotional Izzy and Sari was being. What, just because they women, they emotional? No. But were Izzy and Sari being emotional? Yes. 100%. I don't care what nobody say. That's just my specific viewpoint and opinion. And Sari was just like, yeah, Izzy being emotional. Izzy like, yeah, Sari being emotional. I said, not y'all
calling the kettle.
Each other emotional because y'all was. But that's the game of Big Brother. Y'all act like being emotional is bad.
It's not.
Like,
it's all about how you use those emotions.
Exactly. And I love the fact that Sari did what she did, and Izzy basically followed behind her and used that emotion in her favor.
Right. And like for future Big Brother, I'm as if I've been on the show already. For future players or who may get on, if you're listening, you get in the house, I would not suggest you go start a vote flip and then turn it midway through. Because if you can't do what Sari feels, you can't do what Sari feels do.
That's what I want to talk about. Thanks for mentioning that. Oh, go ahead, Eric.
Oh, I'm just saying, don't try to pull off a move like that. Because if you don't have the social finesse and the strategic finesse to do what she did to cover her tracks, like who would even thought, like the viewers out here wouldn't even think she was even gonna do that. Nobody even thought, well, somebody needs to go and try to at least butter up the high. Nobody even thought about it until they saw her in the storage room talking about it. It's like, oh wow. Yeah. Close your mouths, keep your mouth off Sari Fields. Go ahead, Trees.
So especially with them going back and forth or whatever with the vote, I really have to shine a light on this specific week on Corey, because Corey had this conversation with Jared and Izzy. He was like, look, like, we're supposed to be in this alliance together. We're working together. We can go back and forth all day. Okay. That's not a problem. That's what we're in alliance for. That's what we're working with each other for. But the problem begins to happen when you're going to the house and telling him, y'all, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. No, until we come together and make a decision, if we're going to work together, this is just, I mean, it was fun feeds for us. Okay. It was fun. I ain't gonna lie to you. But in the game Big Brother, in order to have some longevity, you need to have these conversations with your alliance. Tighten it up. Okay. It was a little loose.
I was just gonna say, clean it up a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of bit. Look. And so basically it goes back and forth. And then finally it gets to good old Thursday and we all see what happened. We was ready, had popcorn ready for a blindside butter beans. And
frame one of the episode, Riley was
I said she knew.
Deflated.
We already knew she
somber,
knew. And then which I'm gonna dip into like feeds now. We find out that 10 minutes before the live show, they was like, nah, we ain't got the votes.
They tried to do a final push. Alliance,
yeah. And she told Jag, Matt, and Blue, who were initially going to vote for her, that just to save your game and just vote me out. So they sent her out unanimously.
Yeah.
And that was pretty much the week.
The wrap up week too.
I will say, quick shout out to CBS. The first 20-25 minutes of that episode was probably one of my favorite episodes. The only thing, well, Heisem sucks at DRs, but literally everything. I feel like that was the first time I seen them somewhat recap the reads, somewhat the feeds. Pretty decently, and then the only bit of fluff was gosh dang Felicia's brother, which we all know,
Denzel.
Denzel
Washington.
But you know who's that? How weird that was for Heisem to tell Riley you're golden. That was the weirdest goodbye message. What did he say? I know he said you're golden. What else did he say?
I want you to know that you're worthy and that you're pure gold.
It felt like like we be giving Cam the cult leader, like that was very culty.
I'm sorry,
it was like this. Like it was honestly, very, very uncomfortable.
Because we went from the veto episode where, like, after his speech, he had a DR where he was talking, and I was like, all right, talking smack, Heisem. Okay, and then to that.
Could this just mean that he's able to separate personal from game, though? Because everything he said about her in the game, that's game. Because in his goodbye message, though, she going out the house, she done. Her game is over. So he's telling her real feelings. Because if we recall, during his HOH, he was telling people stuff, or you going to the block, or this, and that. But he would give them hugs. He'd be encouraging, like, X, Y, and Z.
I think his post-veto DR, I feel like that was almost a real one, where he's like, that did not seem game-like. He's like, you have to learn, Riley. You have to learn, and this is your lesson.
That's his real personality. I think that man is so narcissistic. It's crazy.
Well, he's a geriatric physician, so I'm thinking that was just the soft side, his soft side coming out. Because when he said she got to learn her lesson in the game, she needed to learn her lesson in the game. But
Which
outside of the game, he thinks she's a great person.
Up, so
that's all. I'm
gonna be real. Heisman is giving very, when he's being nice and sweet, is giving very like
people don't believe it because he was mean.
I'm not saying like he's a terrible person, but do I think Heisman is our villain for the season? 100%.
Right.
I love it.
100%.
I feel like he's dibbled and dabbled in the evil dick like game book of play.
And let me tell you, if the house guests didn't make him feel the way that he did, he would 100% embraced it. If his alliance had said like, "Oh man, you gave it to him," he would have been like, "Shit, you know."
Yeah, feel me.
I think Heisman feeds off of the personalities around him. Like me, if everybody was like, "Nah, you shouldn't did that," I would have said it with my chest, be like, "But I did it."
But I did.
What we gonna do next?
Just like what I said today, on Twitter.
Like Felicia. I said it. I did it. That would have been my energy. Okay. Yeah. So the fact that I feel like whoever and it could just be him in the game. Okay. I'm not talking about him personally. This could just be his game move, which makes sense. You want to try to sympathize with everybody, even if you feel wrong. And if everybody in the house thinks you're wrong. Yeah, I was wrong. No matter if I'm in my DR, it's like, I was right. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, Riley was very, very, very stupid for her to be saying Heisman's name. She said that Heisman Izzy was her target.
The fact that she admitted it.
I would have said, I didn't say that. I was HOH. I didn't put nobody on the block. Veto wasn't used. What reason would I have to say your name? I can't play HOH next week. Does that make logical sense? Then
gaslighted him. I would have gassed. If she would have gaslit him, girl.
Maybe we would have 4th of July. We lit up.
Team Riley for a little bit. If she would have gaslit him.
So Riley would have been great, but she do not know how to lie. She does. Nope. She's probably the worst liar in the 25 plus seasons of Big Brother.
That baby don't know how to talk because her veto, her eviction speech, she couldn't even talk. She had to just sit down because she couldn't even get out.
I felt so bad.
Well, she's too nice. She's too nice for Big Brother.
Bless her heart.
She's too.
Riley is gone now, so we no longer have to talk about her.
Hold on.
Hold on. I will put Riley. You know what? Give Riley a shot on the challenge. She can do the challenge, okay? Big Brother, not fair. The challenge, USA, yes. She for sure gonna be on there. What? Agreed. I mean, tall, pretty blonde. She's athletic. She's gonna. She's a shoe-in. Yeah.
Season 3.
Big Brother is just. She's just not in that lies and deceit. Which a lot of people forget. This is Big Brother. Big Brother is the game of lies and deceit. You got to try to get to the end.
Do you know how many
just don't have that
seasons could have been different if some players would not have tried to stick to that? I won't lie, or I'm believing you because
I don't know
integrity.
I don't know what game y'all playing.
I know there's one particular player that sticks out in particular, trusting the word of somebody else who's on the opposite side of the house. Why would you trust them to not nominate you, K-Sir, from Pressure Cooker?
I love how you mentioned that as another segue.
Because
we get Pressure Cooker back.
Go ahead.
There you go. As Riley came out, she was evicted. Julie tells her that, spills the beans about Sari and Jared. She has no clue. She leaves us with a bomb. Because what did Josh just say?
Next week, baby. It's gonna be getting hot up in her.
After 18 years, the iconic pressure cooker competition is coming back.
Now they did say there's gonna be the scary verse. Everybody's like, oh my gosh, they're gonna mess up this comp with the scary verse. But what I hope it is, they just stick with the classic push a button. Little temptations here and there. I'm assuming they're gonna make it scary. Okay,
stuff gonna be popping out at them.
That's fine. Don't do nothing else. Don't leave it alone. It's the most simple.
What if they did it? It's gonna be in the dark.
Ooh,
I'm calling it.
That's hard. I like that idea.
It's gonna be in the dark.
Well, do I? I like it. I
need to see that. I need to see that implemented. Maybe not the whole entire comp, but it can kind of go back and forth. Well, no, because if we gotta watch it on feeds, doing that in the dark is not gonna work. Actually, no,
it ain't. They got infrared camera.
Yeah, they got
yes, but in the recording, not on the feed. Oh, you know what?
Yeah, they do.
But that's in the house. They would be outside most likely.
Well, they got that on the camera. They got the technology to do in the house.
I don't know.
CBS got money. Shoot. Right. Cut for the prize fund and give us a good pressure cooker.
If they did that whole Nightmare on Elm Street competition for HOH, they should be able to do something with this.
Oh yeah, because you know what? Since ain't nothing getting filmed, they really do have use of the whole CBS Live right now. So you know what? This comp, I really hope it's off-site because I would like to see something different. That would be great to see a classic comp and a 2023 twist. Yeah. Don't twist it too much.
And hopefully that means it's going to be coming back more in the future. Hopefully this won't be a one-time thing.
We're going to see what they do with this one. Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
So, yeah.
But okay, I guess that's a wrap on the week.
Predictions on HOH? No, I'm kidding.
Well,
I got a prediction.
If you watch the episode all the way through, you did see a set up a preview of the HOH comp, which looks like it's going to be a crapshoot.
Right.
Wow, who's good at golf? I have an idea.
I don't know. Old retired people.
Especially somebody who was retired twice.
Perhaps. She gets 2 checks.
Pepper.
Seasoned pepper.
I love when Felicia
mangoes, blueberries, raspberry, mangoes.
With her whole body. Yeah.
Blueberries, mangoes,
strawberry. We'll get to that. All that. But I guess that wraps up our Big Brother week. Y'all, please tune in Thursday. We are going to not Thursday. Sunday.
I was about to say on Thursday. Well, we will be here Thursday, but Sunday comes first.
Our next episode will be covering who won HOH, and there is a lot that happened today that we are going to pick back up on.
Absolutely.
Please stay tuned for that because that's gonna be a good episode. Because that episode right there is gonna be dedicated to a queen, and we're gonna leave it at that. Absolutely. Any last final thoughts, guys?
No, I think this was the television really popped off. Like I said, Big Brother was good-ish, I guess. From the feeds were great. The show, but feeds,
I still gotta work on the show.
Ooh. All right, I have one thing that I was thinking about because the Gosh Dang live eviction episode was 35 minutes of voting and hugging, and they ain't do nothing. How? See?
Did you?
I did. I just wanted to see it again.
See, I would like to know. Wait, did you just spoil it? Did you just spoil who the HOH is?
Yes,
Thank you, Eric.
Oh, that was the new one?
We might as well talk about it because Eric does.
I thought that was the old one, chat.
No.
Eric, not you trying to protect the spoiler and you done fed into it. Wow. You Negroes.
Lord.
But I wanted to ask y'all, because I enjoyed me some Big Brother Canada. Would y'all like non-live evictions? Where they recorded, do a little bit more editing, cut the fluff, because I don't want voting to take 20 minutes. And that's the only solution I can think of.
If they cut the fluff and give us the HOH by the end of the episode, yes.
Right. Mm-hmm. But
that would be my stipulation.
HOH before. I don't know where this foolishness they didn't got with not.
Because they putting all that fluff. They trying to get people to watch the episodes. This is what they trying to do.
We watched for the competition.
But like, we're going to watch it anyways. Like, come on. Yeah, that's the main. I don't know why they don't get it. Like, the main thing we're watching, we want to see who won veto. We want to see who won HOH. We want to see who the noms are. Put that at the end of all the episodes and we'll watch.
Yeah.
And give us good DRs. Give us good, authentic DRs, which they've been decent with doing. Yeah. But
like, I can get HOH why they couldn't do it live because they was going off site. So they get a pass for that week.
Right.
This week, if it is the crapshoot, ain't no reason they couldn't conduct.
That should 100% been on episode.
Yeah.
Are always able to be seen after the episode. So we
or
know
at least do half of it.
Yeah, give like 3 people put.
I miss
exactly. Even if you don't give us all started.
The little kind of that little music playing while somebody's going up. It's like silent, but the music is playing while they go to shoot the little, and you hear it clicking, hitting against things.
Right.
Yep.
Nostalgia.
Yeah.
One day the episodes will be cut and will be better. I have hope. I don't have hope, y'all. But
I think once we get later on in the season, I think we'll maybe get back to that. To like actually like at least for like the actual like the quizzes or any like the fast HOH comps. I have faith that we'll actually get those in
like
the
you trying to do all this intricate stuff. Ugh, we don't need all that.
Listen, put the fluff. Do it daily, okay? Put the fluff in the daily. When we watch the episode, we just want to see the core things that happen. This is Big Brother forgets this is a game show. Let us see the game. That's literally what Big Brother is like gearing away from. The game. Put all the showmancy stuff on the little clips. Put all the little, Denzel is Felicia. Okay, cool, cute. Put that on the daily. Okay, show us the game on the episode. We watching a game.
Yeah. And honestly, I know you mentioned that because Big Brother US doesn't have like dailies to show. But even like they could take advantage of like when they do the house, they go around the house and they do the little camera thing, those little things. Yep. That's actually really great side content. That's where they put all this, like you said, that little flip. Put that on that. Put it on the website.
Yep.
Leave it out of the show.
Forget that fluff.
We don't care.
Don't.
But
we just want to see the game.
Viewers, we thank you for taking this time to join us once again. Make sure you're following us on all of our socials at AWhoAllThere for both Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. But also, most importantly, follow us on YouTube and subscribe. And don't forget to like, comment, and share. We can't do this without you. We appreciate you. So shout out to all the new subscribers we've gotten lately. We inching our way up to 100, y'all. I know there's not a lot to a lot of people, but we are
100,000.
100,000.
You gotta speak it in. You gotta speak it into existence.
We're always at
100K. Period.
We're almost at 100K. Like I know it's bad. I'm so grateful that I don't want to cry. That our platinum plaque. It's coming in the mail. It's coming in the mail. But seriously, thank you so much, and until next time.